I don't see a problem. I think everything is a-okay. And we're live. Welcome, folks. Friday Thoughts with Dave on the Hard to Kill podcast. I'm your host, Dave Morrow, and we're trying some new settings out. So you're like, hey, man, what's going on with the lighting? What's going on with the camera? What's going on with the background? There's a lot of changes happening here, folks. A lot of changes, and hopefully we make it easier on your ear holes and your eyeballs in the very near future. Thanks to off camera right now is Nick. He's a photo genius right now, calibrating settings and stuff. And we're going to be moving forward with some new stuff, some new guests, some higher impact guests. Hopefully, we get some folks in the actual studio itself and start making that podcast the best podcast, not only in Canada, not only the best podcast, veteran podcast, army podcast, military podcast in Canada, but like the best podcast. I'm not messing around, folks. I am decked out. I am a deck daddy, and I have got time on my side. So buckle up, hold on to your titties. We're going to be doing a lot of content here now. So that being said, I want to thank our sponsor for today. Today's live sponsor is VRFX Indoor Val, run by my good buddy, Pierre Damien, and my other good buddy, Boris. They've got a VR arcade that is kick ass. I talked about it yesterday. Pete was on the show, not yesterday, last week. And honestly, it's one of the best workouts I've ever done in terms of cardio, in terms of just getting up, moving around, getting a sweat on, and having a hell of a lot of fun. So thanks to them. They are sponsoring today's episode. If you guys are curious and want to know more, the link to vrfx.ca will be here in the description once the live feed is over. You can head to vrfx.ca and book your time today if you're in the Dorval area. Well in advance, you can book it. And all veterans and serving members get a 20% discount. Mention Hard to Kill podcast when you make your booking and enjoy. It's a hell of a lot of fun. And this show is also brought to you by FirmTech. FirmTech is the maker of the FirmTech Tech Ring. It's the first device of its kind to not only monitor your nighttime boners, but to also prevent coronary heart disease while that happens. Most of you guys probably don't know, but heart disease is linked to your boners. If you don't get at least 3 a night, you got to improve it. So in order to be able to track it and hack it, you need to have a device that actually makes that happen. So you can get data right to your phone. You can turn it into a little game. Hey, honey, I got 3 boners last night. Oh, wow, honey, that's amazing. Yes, it is. It is. And you can get your device right now. Once the stream is done, you can head to the link that'll be in the description. If you head to firmtech.com, you get a 15% discount for your first purchase because you're a listener of the Hard to Kill podcast. And my latest episode is with the creator, Dr. Elliot Justin, and gives you all the details as to why it's important to take your sexual health seriously and what you can do to improve it. So stay tuned for that. You can go find that on my Substack. The link is actually here. If you actually want all the details, go to my Substack. It is brand new. We got a whole bunch of new subscribers, and we're pumping out all the content in depth from the show to give you pointers, strategies, etc. If you head to my Substack, that's where I can get really creative and share with you all the little nitty gritty things from the podcast. So head over there. You can have a free subscription or you can have a paid subscription. Go there now and become a member of the Hard to Kill Substack page. So today, guys, what are we talking about? Well, we got a lot of shit to go over, man. Honestly, they're starving the troops on Stalwart Guardian or Starving Guardian. Apparently, can't even fart in public, according to the new rules that are coming up. And man, the Van Dudes just can't catch a break, man. They are just flashing Nazi salutes left, right, and center. They're creating vigilante armies. Like, what's going on? What's going on in the Van Dudes? They're really getting hammered these days. So we're going to get all into it today. And before we do, I want to give a shout out to the 2 members of the Hard to Kill podcast YouTube crew. So we've got a new member. So we've got Yannick Boulet, my tour buddy, and we've got Rex Hominis. So shout out to you guys for being members here on YouTube. If you guys are curious, like what is a member? If you go to your YouTube app, you have 3 different levels to support the show. If you want to be a entry level supporter for $2.99 a month, you can help keep the lights on and get me a nice espresso down the street by getting a membership and getting a shout out on the show. All the details for all the different levels are there as well. And I'd really appreciate the support. So thanks to Yannick and Rex Hominis for being the newest members of the show. I want to give a shout out to some of the folks in the Hard to Kill, or I should say the Veterans Getting Fit AF community. The Veterans Getting Fit AF community is where you can take the next steps to getting yourself healthy and fit based off all the awesome content that you're going to learn here. We all know we all need a little support, and Will is a perfect example of that. Will has been going strong and kicking ass and taking names, and he has lost a significant amount of weight. I'm just going to show you here, like before and after. Like, Will, awesome job, buddy. Well done, and keep it up. He's been doing his walks and just following the simple, easy protocols that are not only on the Substack, like they're there, but you can just get some basic coaching here. There's courses in this community. It's a paid community because I want you to pay attention. I want you to take it seriously. I want you to get the results that you deserve. So if that floats your boat, go to Substack. All the links are there as well. Everything is going to be through that community. So congratulations, Will, for continued success. And for anybody else that wants to join, link is there. If you go to the Substack, you can join the community. I wanted to move on to the next thing I wanted to talk about, which is, let me just pull up my notes here, folks. I'm having a veteran moment. Oh yes, oh yeah, the event that I'm creating, or I've created. So on the 27th of September, you guys are all invited. It is a veteran event made by veterans for veterans. I'm not raising any money yet. We haven't even got to that stage. I'm just fed up with the negative news media putting out stories about how we're broken and all fucked up. We are, but hey, man, we're doing some good shit too. And I want to have some fun. So I want to, smoke them if you got them, have some beers, go for a walk, get out in the sun, get some bagpipers out, get some tunes out, wear some short shorts because this is all spurred because of the Silky Heights in the States. So I want to honor that as well. And have you guys come out, bring your unit flags. Like, let's really enjoy our time in the sun. And hopefully it'll be a beautiful day, rain or shine. We're going out for a walk, and we're going to really just bring a lot of attention to the fact that, hey, we got a new crop of veterans here. We're being ignored. We fought in the GWAT 20 years, and there's nothing to commemorate it. Nobody's saying anything, and we're just suffering in silence. Well, that ends on the 27th of September. Come out. We're going to have fun. We're going to cause a ruckus, bring some whistles, whatever. Like, let's make it happen. And let's change the energy around the veteran community, and let's have some good times. So if you go to the site here, site.hardtokill.org/home veterans on the canal, big long site, but essentially this is going to be posted in the description as well. Or send me a message if you're like, I can't find it, but it's on Instagram. It's everywhere. It's on Substack. You're going to be able to sign up. It's absolutely free. There likely will be some merch that you can purchase, but I haven't got to that point yet. But we've got some great supporters. We got Lusancier, where I'm literally broadcasting from right now. They are a veteran center here in Dorval. They've also got one, I think it's completed in Quebec City, to support veterans in transition. They have great executive suites that you can rent. It's not a homeless shelter. It's, you're maybe falling on some hard times. Maybe you're separated like I was. I found a place here, managed to get my shit together. Now I'm back. It was great. And if you're in that boat, or you just need a time to chill in Montreal and maybe you're on business, hey, shoot them a message, go to Lusancier. It's really easy to find, and book your time. And if you're coming from out of town for the event, they've graciously said, hey, for anybody that's coming in from out of town, we've got a few rooms that are available. If there are rooms available, they can absolutely book some rooms here. So really excited about that. And Treble Victor Group, so business networking group across Canada, but here in Montreal, the Montreal chapter is supporting the event. And we got others that are coming down the pipe as well for this event. So we're going to continually build as we move forward. And if everything goes well, we're going to have a freaking cannon there, guys. We're going to be blasting a cannon for the start gun, which I'm really pumped for as well. So love to see you there. Now, let's get into what's going on in Hard to Kill land, man. Like, there's been a lot of shit going on, and I'm just going to share some of my thoughts. This is the point. Friday thoughts. We've got 5 Canadian soldiers suspended after Nazi salute video emerges. And again, this is in Quebec. So these are the Vandus. I'm going to show you the video on YouTube to describe it a little better with Murray Brewster. Here we go.
What do we know about this? Well, to start off with, Adrian, we have not seen the video. It was apparently shot in 2023. What we've been told by D&D sources is that the video is less than 30 seconds, and it looks like it was shot at a house party. A soldier holding the flag of the Royal 22nd Regiment is apparently consuming a drug of some kind. Right at the end, a couple of soldiers give the Nazi salute. Investigation is underway. Military police are involved, and no charges have been laid yet.
And Murray, this isn't the first incident under investigation.
No, not at all. I mean, this summer, the Quebec RCMP charged 2 serving members, a former member and a civilian former cadet instructor. They're accused in an extremist anti-government plot that allegedly wanting to take over a parcel of land near Quebec City. Now, the men are accused of stockpiling an arsenal of highly restricted weapons. Separately, military police are also investigating a private Facebook group containing racist and derogatory remarks from a reserve regiment in Ottawa.
And so the military, as we understand it, has been really struggling to deal with this for years. So at this point, what are the top commanders saying?
Well, back in 2020, a number of policies were introduced, and a lot of them put the onus on soldiers to report this kind of conduct. But the number of incidents was declining up until last year, when a surge began again. Now, in an interview this past weekend, the chief of the defense staff told me that members of the military know what's expected of them, and if they act like this, it's only a question of time before they get caught.
All right, Murray Brewster in Ottawa.
All right. My 2 cents for what it's worth here. What we got? We got an article here that just echoes the same stuff. Now, they haven't seen the video, so I don't know. That seems super sketch. And on top of that, it's a 30-second video from a private party. They're flash, and of course they say, "Oh, they appear to be taking drugs." Man, I don't know. Like, I'm a podcaster. I'm not a journalist per se. That seems like sketchy journalism, unless you know and you can confirm the sources. Saying that, hey, it looks like they're taking drugs. Well, why are you saying that? You're trying to destroy their credibility. You're trying to say like, oh, they're drug fueled, maybe booze fueled psychopaths that are flashing a Nazi salute at a private party. Okay. I mean, I'm going to out myself, guys. I've done it. I've put the campaign on, and I've done, you know, if I go a little bit higher, I don't want to do it on YouTube, but you know what I'm talking about? There's a certain angle that you can go at. And this isn't uncommon. I mean, mocking a ridiculous and destructive part of our society, right, that existed almost 100 years ago. That's how you get over the insanity. Now, I don't know what's in these guys' hearts, but to like go out and preemptively make a strike, like, oh man, these guys, man, the hate is just everywhere. Okay. All right. They've also mentioned that these guys are suspended, which is weird because I don't know what a suspension is in the military. Like, we're not police officers. So what do they mean? Like, have they been like, did they get 5F'd already? What's a military suspension? There is no such thing as far as I know. So what the hell is this? Because this just seems like what they did during COVID, right? They just fired people without following any of the due process. That's literally like codified line by line. This is how you get a guy out that you need to follow. Like what they did with Dallas, just like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you're out. It's like, what? So are they going down this road again? And it, you know, I don't know what to make of this right now. Curious to know what you think. I have to give credit to Corporal News Network with the cover. If you guys can see the actual thumbnail here, they give the degrees of arm angle that makes it legit, and they just went a little bit too high. They just went a little bit too high. So is this evidence of rampant right-wingism and Nazism? I don't know. But I just want to bring a little levity to this conversation and just show my favorite sketch show from back in the day. A little bit of Monty Python action. If you guys are listening on audio, unfortunately, you guys won't see this, but you get the hint. This is the Monty Python Hilter skit.
Die Eltern, die Mittelachter und die Jungen, alles muss mit der Mittelschmerz gestochen sein.
So this is John Cleese impersonating Hitler, but they're in a small British town, and he's going by the name Hilter. He's doing a speech, and there's a bunch of kids listening to him be ridiculous. No propaganda. As English citizens, but with heavy German accents.
Muss gespannt sein mit der Schnicke am Standort.
So, I mean, the way I like to look at things is like, are these guys genuinely being racist? I mean, they could be. I mean, so if they are, man, that's got to be rooted out. That's got to be stomped out. But if it's just the guys having a laugh, like Monty Python, like is that racism because they're making fun of Hitler and doing it? Like you got to make sure that you don't blur those lines. That's clearly humor. Um, and the military is known for really dark humor. Just saying. So the other thing is you're going to create a climate where you're going to make this right wing thing a joke because everything, like the joke is everything is you're a Nazi now. Oh, you criticize the government, you're a Nazi, you're right wing. I've been criticized of being like a right wing extremist because I had James Topp on the show, right? Who sued and as far as I know won because it's slander. They're trying to say that you're a Nazi. It's just freaking ridiculous. Like, and on top of that, the youngest generation, 20-year-old guys, this is almost 100 years ago. This would be the equivalent of like having me referencing, I don't know, the Kaiser. Like, I don't have any like, Kaiser Wilhelm. Like, does that affect my life? Like, I understand he was a tyrant, but and he killed a lot of French people. But like, if I make fun of him, am I somehow like an imperialist for the German? Like, is that where we are right now? And it's only because we have this cultural connection, right, to the Nazis and the awful shit that they did. But if you go to Asia, they make fun of. They have actual like pictures of him, like they everywhere. Like they think he's hilarious. Go check it out. Go check out like Asian Hitler commercials. And just because you make fun of him doesn't make light of the atrocities that his regime committed. So, anyways, that's just my two thoughts, man. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Like, is this going a little bit too far? Because I don't know if you guys remember, but this happened not too long ago. Put this little tidbit of history where the entire Canadian Parliament stood up and applauded a World War II Nazi.
We have here in the chamber
entire
today
Parliament.
the Canadian war veteran
None
from
of
the
them got
Second
fired. The
World
only guy that
War
got fired
who
was this guy,
fought
the Speaker of the
Ukrainian
House. He had to
independence
eat it.
against the
He just
Russians
ate a fucking shit sandwich.
and
Of course, it's
continues to
his fault,
support
right?
the troops today.
But nobody
his age of
in
98.
this chamber got fired, got chastised. They just said, "Oh, it was just a mistake." Dude, this guy was a literal Nazi. How could you stand up and clap and then just kind of brush it off like, "Oh, that's not that big of a deal"? No, that is a big deal. My grandfather fought the Nazis. He got blown up. He lost all of his buddies because of the Nazis.
Canadian hero,
this is an insult.
and we thank
But
him for
this
all his
doesn't
service.
have any weight, right? Because, well, we just made a mistake. Not that big of a deal. Like the hypocrisy here, if they burn these young guys because of this, but yet our politicians just get by without a scratch, just more fuel for the fire that, our leadership is not fit for task. Anyways, now that I'm all fired up, what else is there going on? Let's see what the comments have to say. If I actually have comments this time. I'm still struggling with this, guys. Where's my comments tab here? Oh, here we go. Chat, no, not chat support. Shit. I'm struggling. I don't see him. Here we go. Chat. Perfect. Here we go. Perfect. Live stream chat. Here we go. All right. We got gold. We got one comment coming in, guys. If you're listening, man, throw up these comments. Gold. Thanks, man. Keep up the good work, my man. Thanks. Appreciate it. Solid. So I'll move on. I posted on Instagram the other day. This actually kind of got a lot of attention. I was just kind of throwing this up as kind of like a lark. Like, it's kind of funny. Like, Dallas, you fucked up everybody's career, man. Way to go, buddy. Because he went on Sean Ryan's show and started just talking about his career in the JTF and then how he got punted for not wanting to wear a mask and get a jab in his arm. And the Canadian forces lost their shit in such an embarrassing way that it just exposed them in such an embarrassing way. And now he talks about his experience, but he made it very clear. Like, I confirmed with everybody, like top and bottom, like, this is what I'm going to talk about. Are there any issues? Nope. Okay. So he started talking about it, and then clearly there were issues. So there's this new law on the table, secrecy for life, to be binding for thousands at DND and in Canadian forces under new initiative. The changes affect both individuals as well as entire units under the person's permanently bound secrecy provisions. Now, from what I understand, they already are bound to secrecy for a lot of stuff. This just makes it even broader, which is going to make things really interesting because, I mean, I believe in this article, or maybe I have the wrong one. I'll pull up the one that I have on Instagram because they made it very clear that podcasts were a serious issue with them, or else they wouldn't have put it in the actual news article. So in this article here, which I'll pull up, the paragraph from the Ottawa Sun says the last several years has seen a number of retired Canadian Special Forces members on various podcasts openly discussing their previous missions and some of the techniques, training, and weapons they used. In addition, photographs and video of some Canadian Special Forces operations taken or obtained by retired military personnel have appeared online. The U.S. military has also had to deal with a number of high-profile information leaks by its military personnel. Yeah, but they have a First Amendment. We don't. And so you can clearly see they want to tighten the noose, right? They want to make sure that all our cock-ups, all our shit procedures, all the shitty things we've done to our troops just doesn't have a way out. Just doesn't have a way out. Rather than fix the problem, they want to crush and, kill the messenger. So it's going to be interesting to see because, okay, so a lot of CANSOF individuals, especially officers, they typically get out and move into consulting, at least from what I've seen. Maybe I'm way off, but I mean, I've seen enough to be like, okay, that's a natural progression. You're going to go to like Calian, or you're going to go somewhere where you're going to advise maybe on foreign policy. You've seen enough on the ground. You have the ability to organize and lead. So you're a good pickup. I get it. But if you're getting picked up, what are you getting picked up for? Well, you're getting picked up for kind of the insider scoop. So now are you not able to talk about any of that? Are you not allowed to talk about countries you've been to? Be like, oh, I know these contact. So does that put you in jeopardy? That's going to be interesting to see. But how are you going to enforce all this is the other question. Like, unless you go on a podcast and blatantly blurt out like, hey, I was in, the country that shall not be named on this day at this time, and we did this operation with these guys. Like, unless you do that, like, what are they actually looking for? Because it seems super broad and vague. So it seems like they're doing that on purpose to cast a wide net to find scapegoats and just crush them, which will likely turn into just a massive shit show and a massive breach of our charter rights. And on top of that, they haven't even addressed the charter issues here. I will say again, members of the military are bound by the charter, and there's no extra judicial part of being in the military in terms of like, you're in the military. Yeah, you have all these rules and regulations that you're kind of bound to in the military, but the superior law is that of the country. So therefore the charter holds weight, but we just pretend it doesn't exist, but it does exist. So what do you do to a military member who's like, well, technically I have free speech because it's in the charter? And they go, yeah, but we have this rule in the military, you're not allowed speaking. It's like, I get that, but which one takes precedent? And then what judge and lawyer is going to set that precedent, right? All that's to say is that we should have our separate justice system and our separate rules that are for the military, like the Americans do. This isn't like a massive leap forward that would like crush the country. The Americans just passed a law through Congress that says, yeah, they have the USMJ, the U.S. military justice system. Like, okay, so you have different laws that apply to you because you're in the military. Then when you get out, you have back to like the civilian ones. It makes sense because we do things that are secret. We do things that are different. We CB guys for not shaving. You can't do that in Canada. You can't restrict somebody's movement because they didn't shave that day. That doesn't make any sense. But you can do it in the military. But technically, that's against your human rights. Well, what do you do about that? You ignore it if you're Canadian. You just say, it's not real. We made this thing, but it's not real. that's basically where we're at right now. So really interesting to see. Like basically, they won't be able to fart into a mic at this point. So what do you guys think? Like, like any Cansoft guys listening, are like, ah, fuck. Like, and to be honest, like the TTPs they're talking about, I'm assuming they're alluding to what Dallas was showing and talking about. Like, is it really like that secretive? I mean, I don't see how it could be that secretive. I mean, the like there's direct action, right? Is it direct action? Another JTF guy's got his own show, and he's like showing room clearing drills and stuff like that. Like, is he going to get caught up in this? Like, is that not allowed? Like, dude, the way you move is classified. Is that what's going to happen? Like, you can't move in public the way we taught you. What are they talking about here? Is that secret? I don't know, man. It's typical of Canada, right? Like, let's legislate and make rules about things so we don't have to fix anything. That is the lesson here, kids. And then my last point. What was my last point? What was my last point? I can't even remember now. The Nazi salutes, Cansoff, and oh yeah, ex-starving Guardian. Oh man, thank you, Corporal News Network. If you guys aren't following Corporal News Network, please do so. We're gonna go over to his page right now. So he's just dropping hot fire. My favorite one was this one here. You guys can see that. The meme is when they start questioning people about who's leaking information to CNN, Corporal News Network about the exercise, and then they don't know I'm on the exercise. Ah, oh man, that is amazing. So to put this in context, this is what I've pieced together. The ex-Stalwart Guardian, which is the largest for you folks that don't know. This is like the big exercise at the end of the summer. So they have all the troops that they've trained in Petawawa, and they bring everybody, and it's big. It's big. I never did it. I did them here in Quebec. We have kind of like our similar ones, but in Petawawa, they have Stalwart Guardian or Maple Guardian or whatever. It's been a bunch of different names from what I can remember, but apparently they haven't been feeding the troops, and that's like hilarious based on what Corporal News Network was posting, but also not good for morale. Where's my favorite one? Oh, this one here. When all your troops are fat, so you just don't feed them on exercise. Modern problems require ancient solutions. Oh man, that is a fire meme. That is a fire meme. Corporal News Network, when the military puts you on a diet, or as the RSM says, starvation is a reality of war. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, I was pretty hungry. I was pretty hungry in Afghanistan, but not like starving. It's pretty hungry. I mean, I didn't starve. We had pretty good food actually. But yeah, that sucks, man. What's another good one? Oh man, this one's good too. The little meme logo, ex-starving Guardian, 2025. Guys, go follow. If you're not following them, like, what are you doing on Instagram? Like, what else is there to look at? What else is there to look at? Photos of Canadian troops receiving an airdrop resupply along the Ottawa River during exercise Starving Guardian 2025. Oh, oh man. Oh man. This is too funny. Mockery is the best way to make things change, right? If you can't mock, like what's the point? It's sad. It's sad. Like, oh, this is gross, man. The beef is so undercooked that it's starting to eat the salad. Is anybody on this X watching this right now? Is that how you got your steaks? I mean, a blue steak's not bad, but I don't trust the blue steak coming out of a mess kitchen. I'll be honest. I would not trust. I typically get medium rare when I'm at a restaurant or at home because I know, like, hey, it's a restaurant. It's, they have a reputation, and like when I'm cooking, I'm like, well, it's, I handled the meat, like I wash my hands. Pretty confident I'll wash my hands. I'll be all right. But no, coming from a mess kitchen, a blue steak like that, no way, man. I don't know how long that meat's been on the counter. I don't know how long that meat's been in the kitchen. No, that shit's got to be at least like well done, like even charred. I want it like really charred, not rare like that. That's gross, man. I would not eat that. Oh man. Okay. So if you're on Star Wars, did it end? It's Friday. It should be done, right? It should be NDX. Anyways, you guys are doing great work out there, man. You got the fact that you guys are still in. I got to give it to you, man. You're going through some rough times. I joined at the end of the force reduction. It was still kind of rough, but at least Afghanistan popped off immediately after my recruit course, and then like it was courses. And yeah, sure, we still had a lot of ghetto shit going on, but this just seems like next level ghetto shit. I hope you guys had ammo. I hope you guys had other cool stuff to do, like train, rather than just sit around and starve all day. Doesn't give a lot of faith for those that are in the chain of command. That's obvious, right? This is all you do. Like, this is like do an exercise plan. It's not like you haven't done it before. It should, run like clockwork, but apparently it didn't. So, guys, I'd love to know what your thoughts are here in the comments. Please go to the comments and drop what you guys are thinking. Gold dropped something new. Why are so few stand-up people in the armed forces and the police these days? Couldn't hide corruption and crime on the inside just to keep my job. Do you think morals even exist in Canada anymore? That's a really good question, Gold. Let's get into it. Do morals exist? Yes, but have we lost our sense of purpose? Yes. And to be honest, it's been gone for a while. And in terms of where we are, I think as a civilization or as a country, yeah, I think we're at this stage. Like, there's kind of like a cycle where countries or nations or empires, however you want to call it, they go through. And I think we're at the robbing the coffers stage, where the people at the top know the gig is up. People at the bottom are still like clinging on, like, no, this is going to work. I can't see a way forward with the current setup. I think Canada and Canadians will exist, but at least in its current framework, it's clearly not working. Whether morals exist, yes, because there's always going to be the backstop, which is going to say that's enough. That happens all the time throughout history. Like, this is enough. We're changing things, and I think things will change, but I don't think they can change with the current system for a number of reasons I've mentioned on the podcast, but mainly because I think our current governmental system doesn't function anymore is in our new era. To have a system that was based on like 17th century ideology and technology and sentiments doesn't make sense anymore. And we need to move forward with something brand new, which is going to cause a lot of ass pain. I mean, we're moving into an era that has AI. Our current system, most systems are not going to survive. Actually, I don't think any system is going to survive. Just like the industrial age and just like the modern era, like all the systems break eventually, and then you have to have new ones. So what's a new one? I have no idea. I'm not smart enough to figure that out, but I know this one's just not working, and you sense that too. But the individuals will have morals, but principles I think are really important as well. I think just a lot of people in the CAF are just exhausted. They're tired. They've been worn down to a nub, and there's a lot of shoulder shrugging. That's how I see it. I mean, when I was still in, it wasn't nearly as bad because there was the tail end of the war. We still had a lot of freaking pipe hitters in. The intensity was still there, but you could still see like the underlying mediocrity was alive and well. And once you have that acceptance of mediocrity, man, that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. And then when you get out, like a guy like myself, and I don't know if you're out, Gold, but dealing with the sense that you feel like you were duped. I don't know. That's been the hardest thing for me. It's like, man, I really believed in this thing. This was my shit. Like, I love this thing. And then you realize, like, it's like Wizard of Oz. You pull behind the curtain and it's just, there's nobody there. I mean, it's just some guy pulling levers. Like, it's all just a facade. That's how I kind of felt. So I've had to get over that. And that's where the ass hurt comes in. Or if you want to be more academic, the moral injury. But we can all move on. This isn't anything new. Nietzsche wrote about it back in the day when he was a troop. I'm sure if we go back a little bit further and do a bit of digging into the archives of the Romans and the Greeks, they all have the same feeling as well. I mean, the troops had the same feeling after the First World War. Like, this is just a cycle that we go through. So we had the privilege of going through it. Like, we had the privilege of going through. Like, we understand things at a deeper level that most human beings, most Canadians will just go through life, never having this deep sense of fuck, we failed as a country. We didn't do what we were supposed to. And they'll just blindly go to, one job, one experience, one thing after another without really understanding, like, man, like, this comes with a price. This has a cost. So I think we're privileged to have gone through the military, and that's why I've always wanted it to succeed and still do. And all you dudes and gals that are doing the good work out there, keep it up. Keep it up. If this helps, let me know. So let's just recap here, guys. If you haven't booked your time yet, go check out vrfx.ca. If you're heading to Montreal, you're definitely going to want to play Far Cry. For all you troops out there, holy shit. Probably better than Starving Guardian, not going to lie, and a hell of a lot cheaper. You can go, you can set up a time to play. There, it's like narco terrorists, like shooting back at you. You're taking fire, like fire movement. It's amazing. So thanks to them for sponsoring the live today. You can go to vrfx.ca and book your time and get your 20% discount and mention the Hard to Kill podcast. And thanks to Firm Tech for sponsoring the show and their new device, or their novel device called the Firm Tech Ring, helping veterans maintain a good sex life and heart health. Moving on after their career is done, go check it out at firmtech.com and go check the link that is down here, because you want to use the checkout code DMorrow for a 15% discount on your first purchase. And sign up for the event that's coming up on the 27th. We're welcoming everybody. If you're in the Montreal, Ottawa region, or just passing by Montreal in September, we'd love to have you out. Go check it out. I'll put it up here on the screen again, and the link will be in the description once this live is done. Give me a second here. Boom. Boom. You can go sign up on the form that is here, and we'll get you all sorted out. Show up with us, have a good time, and spread the good word that veterans are kicking ass and taking names, and we're not going to be relegated to fob couch anymore. We're going to demand something better. And that's the point of this walk. So that's it for me, guys. Really appreciate you tuning in. And if you want more info and more detail and want to engage with me more on a one-on-one level, you definitely going to want to check out my Substack. It is already here in the description. You can check the link. You can go over there. It is absolutely free. There is an upgrade to paid to get a little bit more, but I would love to have you over there. You can learn a little bit more about what I'm doing and what's going on in the veteran space and new research that is going to be beneficial to you and your bros and sisters. So that's it for me. Train hard, fight easy. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.